Buongiorno, benvenuto a tutti. Welcome to Cool Trip Walks, Italian edition. Let me flip this around. I'm your host, I'm Tom, and welcome to our first Italian episode. We are in the town of Levanto, Italy today, which is on the west coast, northern side in the region of Liguria. And we are positioned just north of the 5 towns of the Cinque Terre. So I thought I'd choose this town to feature as opposed to the 5 towns. There's plenty of walking videos on that, and show you what Levanto has to offer. So please stay with us, and I hope you'll enjoy. All right, here we go. So really quickly, Cool Trip Walks is a walking channel for those that want to have scenery or tours for treadmill walks, or you could use these videos for travel research, as we did in our preparations for coming to Italy. So multi-purpose, and this is the beach of Levanto. It is a pebbly looking beach, which is kind of the norm we've found here in Italy. There are sandy beaches, but a lot of them are pebbly. And for those that are not of Europe and are from the United States or North America, what you see below is an Italian beach club. This is Nettuno. My family and I have eaten there a couple times. Very good food. And the beach umbrellas generally mark where the premium, and I say premium in the sense of it costs money, where you can rent a beach chair and umbrella. It's usually a pair of chairs. And you get a locker for your for your valuables. And there is a free area here coming up on the beach as well. And I started with the beach club that I was in front of, which is where I will be going right after this video is completed. My family is waiting for me there. So we had a rather tiring travel to get here. We calculated that it was about 26 hours from where we live on the East Coast in Charlotte to get to Levanto, when planes, trains, and everything's considered. So it took a little bit of a toll on us, and as a consequence, we've been moving a little slower, although we did tour the 5 towns of the Cinque Terre. We did 4 of them in one day yesterday, which is a remarkable achievement, with a 11-year-old and 6-year-old in tow. Levanto is part of the Italian Riviera. So the blues of the water are just as much as what you'd find in the Caribbean. It's a little bit murky at the moment, but you can still see with polarized sunwear pretty clearly to the bottom. So we toured the 5 towns. Very awesome experience. It is mid-June, and let's do some of the stats here. So it is mid-June, and we are currently 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll put the Celsius on as well on the overlay. And we've got a nice sunny day, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, local time, 1400. It was a little bit cooler the first 2 days we were here, in the low 70s, low 20s. So that was really nice, especially hiking around the Cinque Terre. We unfortunately did not actually hike. We were thinking about it, but we've put our sons through the grinder with the travel here and hiking the 4 towns just by a train. So it just didn't make sense for us. But Levanto does have the largest beach in the area. The next town down south is Monterosso al Mare, and Monterosso is in the Cinque Terre, and it has the best beach of the Cinque Terre. So it's, kind of the target area for a lot of families and young people. So you get a little bit more of a beach crowd, if you will, vibe, which is welcome. But since we're here at the start of the tourist season, it was very crowded in the Cinque Terre. So the trains were running despite a strike, just a little less frequently, and we were able to get around. But, that's the great thing, is you can go from town to town on the train and hop out and see what you can find. So we did base ourselves here. Levanto is bigger than any of the 5 towns. There's a lot more Airbnbs and hotels here. Cars are not really allowed in the Cinque Terre unless you're local, so this is really an open town for that. And, gives you a little bit more, as the wise Rick Steves says, taste of civilization than you get in the Cinque Terre. So a little bit more to offer families, I think, which is why we're here. I'm just going to kind of pause here and take in the scene. We've seen some fabulous boats. There is a ferry service that also runs when the weather is good and it's not too windy or wavy, between Levanto down to La Spezia, which is the town south of the Cinque Terre. And then you've got, Monterosso al Mare, Venezia, Monterosso, Cornelia, Rio Maggiore. And I said that out of sequence, but those are the 5 towns. And I apologize in advance for my Italian. I'm trying to learn, but I know my pronunciations are that of an American. And, if you're traveling to the area, you can secure your beach reservations online. We're able to do most everything online. So, from the Cinque Terre Pass for the trains and hiking to booking our beach club as well. This is another beach club up here in this pinkish building, and it's got a pool, and we were torn. We almost went with that. But we weren't sure how close it was to where we were staying, which unfortunately it is very close. But we had no idea online. And it is the Casino Municipale Levanto. And you can see an American flag there, as well as German and France and Italian and the EU. So they're definitely multinational friendly. And the largest, as I can tell visually anyways, of the beach clubs here. So that has a lot to offer. And we're going to go and check out the Centro Storico. And you got to get your Italian gelato. You'll see gelaterias all over, which is fantastic. You'll find American sporting logos around. A little bit of a toy shop we had to peel my 6-year-old away from this morning. We have a green space, a parkway here, which is very nice. Some blooming begonias here. Makes me miss planting mine this year, but we are here for 3 weeks, so I didn't think there'd be any point. They would not be alive when I got home. So if you haven't caught our channel before, this is a walking channel, but it's also narrated. So if you are not a fan of narrated walks, please, by all means, tune into your playlist and just enjoy the scenery. And there's a playground here, and there's a lot of children in the park, so I don't really want to feature them on camera. We did enjoy it with my 6-year-old, although he's at the very outer edge of too old for it. So the playground and the park in Levanto is definitely for littles.
Bella figa, no?
Vabbè, è uguale, ti
Bella
simpatico. Sei simpatico.
Now, for those in America, the Green Cross is a pharmacy. It doesn't mean this quite the same as we have in Green Crosses in our country, as you might find in Colorado or other places. But you can get your pharmaceutical goods there, aspirin and so forth. I want to note a feature here. The buildings have frescoes, so you can see that some of these features around the windows particularly are actually painted on there, which is kind of a nice touch. It's not kind of a nice touch, it is a nice touch.
Tutto deserto, hai capito?
Secondo me è il ciacco, te però fare quelle cartine. Così,
Mamma mia, che caldo.
This way. So the Centro Storico is part of the ZTL, or Zero Traffic Limited. I just butchered that, but basically there are very few cars. If they are permitted, they can come through. So it's fantastic for pedestrians. And I know I mentioned Rick Steves earlier in this video, but he's actually an advocate for one in his hometown in Oregon. And I am a big fan, especially with kids in a family. ZTLs are a wonderful thing. Now this church we passed by this morning, and it is, we'll come up to the sign, but it was built in the 17th century. The Oratory of St. Rocco, and it was an annex church for the convent of Order of St. Clare. So it's just impressive to see how massive it was, or is, as an edifice of the 17th century. It looks like it's trash day, so we'll try to get by the truck here. And here's one of the supermercados, Cray, or Cry, I'm not sure which. My wife and I are amazed at some of the questions that are posted in Facebook. You know, we tune into some channels for Italian travel. And people just asking, can we get baby food or diapers there? And yes, it's a first world nation. So they've got supermarkets and you can get anything you need there. Although we have yet to find a wine opener, bottle opener for wine, which is surprising. So that has been a hindrance, but for the most part, you just get some wonderful wines during dinner. And we joked our favorite phrase last year was Vino della Casa, which is the house wine, red, white, or sometimes sparkling. And I just turned here. I'm not entirely sure where we're going. Here's a really fabulous hotel, at least fabulous to look at. We're on the back side of it. It's got some gardens up on top. And the gardens here are fantastic. Everywhere we've traveled in Italy, last year and this year, I mean, you know, the gardening level is just gorgeous. Everybody takes good pride in that, I think. I did have more optimistic plans of filming more while we were here in the Cinque Terre area, but like I said, the little jet lag got the best of us and we needed more sleep. So it didn't happen, but we will be onward to Tuscany, where I will definitely be filming more. Let's peek down here. Nothing there. We'll turn around. Always have to be aware for bikes and scooters. Very popular, as you can tell by the lineup of scooters. We love the Vespas. And the Ape trucks, which we'll probably see one around here, which are these little trucks built on the scooter platform. Very cute. And if I were to own an Italian villa somewhere, I'd probably want one. Just to haul stuff. See, there's one right there. Little red one. And ape in Italian means bee, as in bumblebee. It's a little three-wheel truck. I'm just going to cross over here. Get a good view of the ape. It'll be just what you need to haul a few things around that you might not be able to in a small vehicle. Here's another pretty hotel we've noticed on our walks, which is the Hotel Palace. Now, if I were to turn right on this street, and I apologize, I haven't been calling out the streets. This is the Via Remembranza. That if you take the right down here, you can get to the train station. And it's very well signed, so you wouldn't have a problem with that. Just waiting across. The drivers aren't as eager to stop as they are in other places. Now you'll notice here on the street side, these wonderful trees, and they've definitely been cultivated and shaped, in my opinion. But they've got these huge leaves, and I just can't say I've ever seen this kind of tree or leaf before. So if you happen to know, please leave a comment for me. I'd love to know. While we're on the topic, if you could hit that like and subscribe button, just let us know that you appreciate our effort and help us grow our channel. That would be very much appreciated. Sometimes when I do long format videos, we don't get that much viewership, so it would be very appreciated if you could like and subscribe. And these trees are just amazing, and you can tell that they shade the area very, very well, which when it gets summery hot here, you definitely would want. And they have really a few vias here, a few streets that are awesomely sidewalked, as you can tell by the tile work done here. Not all streets are, and can get a little bit nerve-wracking with the cars whizzing by. Here's another gelateria on the left. And on the corner here, we have a market. They have some really nice fresh vegetables. So we've been on the Corso, well, no, we're going on to the Corso Italia. We've been on the Corso Roma. So we're going to go on the Corso Italia here. And this is the Bar Aurora. We had cappuccinos there this morning and some brioches that were excellent. Our first cappuccinos in the country, which we greatly appreciated. We missed them. There goes a red ape. Now this is kind of interesting. It's kind of a big drainway, and you'll see in a minute why. It's dry now, but when it gets rather a deluge of rain, you can imagine what it does. You can see the ocean in there. It's part of the free beach right there. And then I'm swinging it around. Way up there is the mountain. So you can see that they've tried to funnel it as best they can to one place. There are some very famous videos on YouTube about the Cinque Terre and their flooding a few years ago. This helps to mitigate it. You'll find the channelways in some of the Cinque Terre towns as well. Now, while I profess a liking of Vespas, they do create a lot of noise for their little motors. Being an electric fan, a fan of electric vehicles, I would love to see some more capable scooters in the electric world. I think the Vespa electric goes 45 miles an hour at the best. I just would like a little more, but I know it's a physics issue. of how do you fit enough energy capacity on a small Vespa platform. This is a nice view here of this building. And, you know, like I said about the plantings and gardening, the aroma on all these plants are just amazing with the purple flowers. It goes really high up there on the hill. I got a good stare there. So I think I'm going to probably end it here. We're approaching the end of the walk. Well, maybe not. We'll go a little bit further. We'll come in a full circle. Again, some of the detail on the buildings are very cool to see as you walk around. Somebody has some kayaks and boats in that yard. Something I would do if I were living here. Now, if we head up over here on the right, that would take us to where we started. I think I'll finish down at the public beach area. There's a lot of citrus trees around in the area. We've seen lemon trees, orange trees. I think we saw a fig tree yesterday. Certainly there's olive trees. This one is up here on the left. You can tell from the leaves, or leaves. Oh, there's a pretty flower. We were commenting on this walkway here, these aluminum panels that they've zip tied together. Just a marvelous way to walk on the beach, not get all sandy. And there we go. There's the beach. All right, everybody, I hope you had a wonderful workout and achieved your goals today. We're going to say ciao, and please watch for our next episode where we'll be in Tuscany. So I hope you all have an excellent day and come back again soon. Thank you. Bye.